Look like we live on Instagram, and it looked like we live on YouTube. It was a crazy day. I ain't even gonna lie. Yeah, kid. All right, let's go. We ain't gonna wait for no more people to come in. I know how we do. Yes. Yes, 2 times. I know the vibes though. She like,
ooh la la, ah wee wee. Ooh la la, ah wee wee. Ooh la la, ah wee wee. Ooh la la, ah wee wee.
MonDaY.
Ooh la la, ah wee wee. Ooh la la, ah wee wee. Ooh la la, ah wee wee. Ooh la la.
looking for M's like I lost a friend. Hop up out the bed like where's the bread? What it do, people? Get now tuned in. Popovich TV. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic. That feeling back up in here one more again. So if it's your first time, then the question is, where you been? Because over here on this side, we like to deal with sports, hip-hop, entertainment, interviews sometimes, Popovisms 101, and of course, motivation. So before you jump off the page and usher to the left, I'm going to need you to hit that like button, that subscribe button, smash that notification bell, so when I upload the videos, you get alerted. You get alerted when I upload the videos, and if it's not your first time and you've been rocking with the channel, good looking. But you know how I do. You know how I plainly start the show. Tony, there was no other way. We in the end game now. And we is in the end game, people. Happy Monday. You know what I mean? First day of the week. Some people start their week off on Sunday to get the jump start on the week so that Monday don't feel so sluggish and tiring or dreadful for a lot of working Americans, right? And Monday is my day off. Sunday, fun day, and Monday is my day off. But I am on call. So while I'm just doing my regular Monday, things, errands, tidying up things that you can't do when you're on the clock during the week, like most people, you try to get shit done. And boom, the call comes in and you got to come to work. T, Dwayne Moms, what's the word? We live on YouTube and we live on Instagram Monday night. We ain't even going to be here long, but I just wanted to check in real quick. Show a little late because, like I just was saying, on call, stuff happens at the job that I work in. Unfortunately, life is lost. And when you see it, you know what I mean? And we talk on this channel a lot as far as seeing trauma, being through different things, etc. And, in my own personal life, not even in a bragging way, but we've seen a lot. We done been through it all, seen it all, on some Mobb Deep shit, right? Rest in peace, Prodigy. We done been through it all, we done seen it all, like the fuck else can happen? So when you see death close up, when you see fires, when you see towers fall and different things like that, just like, in your own personal life, you may have seen some wild, crazy shit, and nobody really could, walk you through it. It's like, yeah, I seen that shit already. Can't unsee it. It's just unfortunate because you come out of your house, we talk about this a lot on the channel, you never know when you're going to be out of here. Your record deal, video, out of here. Your Mercedes-Benz and your Range Rover, all that shit is out of here because you came to work on a calling, because you on call. Then some funny shit happened and now all of a sudden you're not no longer with us or you locked up. And I seen both cases today. It was crazy. So Monday Motivation, Motivational Monday. I am your motivational speaker, whether you like it or not. Before we get to a couple of quick topics, this is the motivation for today, right? Because it's Monday Motivation. And here goes some motivation for your ass. We got to move more strategic. We got to put our best foot forward, our best thinking caps forward, on rather, and then try to make the best move like you're playing chess. Make your next move your best move. We see a lot of people, you know, and this may seem like it's all over the place, so what kind of motivation is this? It's motivation in the sense of, on your best day, you're not smarter than the person that's operating at 5, operating at 4. You can't think past go. You involved in a lot of shit. You doing a lot of shit, not productive, but you also moving sloppy. You're not moving calculated. You're not moving, you know what I mean? Like, you're not trying to get caught. And on Friday, I was about to say last Friday, but it was last Friday. Friday when we did our live show, we were speaking about some people chase the bag. They're going to get the bag by any means, right? Whether it's the rat race, whether you an entrepreneur, whether you an investor, you know, a non-profit organization, you're doing what you're doing, right? No matter what you're doing, you chasing the bag. For those that's chasing the bag, there's some that's chasing the yakisobe and the chili con carne. They chasing that. They running for that. They walking out their house, waiting for a reason, making a reason, like Michael Jordan and Kobe, right? Like, people that operate with the mama mentality, great fire, what's the word on the checking on Instagram. They said that they were so motivated, so passionate about their shit and being the best. And you know what's going to come next. And you're the best around. And nothing's ever going to keep you down. Like, you the best in your field. Like, you going at anybody at any competition, you're not having it. But once you see the landscape and you silence all competitions, kill all competitors, right? You silenced all the feedback. Now what do you have as being the alpha, being the top of the field? Woman or man, or as I like to say, ladies, gentlemen, and lowlife. Miss Carves, what's the word? What do they do, or what's the rumors of what they do? They look for little slights. They look for, oh, you try to say I can't guard them, or saying I'm washed up, or they saying this, they saying that. All right, watch. Watch when we get back on. Or they were saying you the Kobe defender, or you gonna stop Mike, and then they bust your ass. Well, some people have that mentality walking out of their house ready to crash out, ready to risk it all for, you know, whoever, do whatever, do the most, and not only risk crashing out to go to jail. That's like you still living if you end up going to jail, but willing to die and kill other people. Riri, what's the word on the check-in on Instagram? We live on YouTube and we live on Instagram. Monday, we're not going to be here that long. And you got to watch out for people like that. Then the flip side of that is, again, if you're involved in street shit, you doing shit, you can go to jail, you can come out. Because you can be successful or get away with a crime on some LeBron shit, because we talking sports and mixing it, right? Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4. Like, you could commit crimes, and I know, because I've been on that side, right? Then it's that one time you fucked up. You was complacent. Somebody told you was speaking, or whatever the circumstances may be for when it's time for you going to jail now. Now you locked. When you start to play the events leading up to it, you say, oh shit, I was on the phone, or oh shit, I told such, or oh, I dropped this, or whatever the follies that may have happened, the mishaps that may have happened. People be out of shape, trying to run from the police, your pants hanging down like today. You know what I mean? I don't want to get into too many details, but it's like you are not even ready to get away, my nigga. You come in to do a crime, but you're not even ready to get away. Your chances are slim. And we was like, ChatGPT, his pants was sagging. We seen he had the fake Versace drawers on. His stomach was over his, you know what I mean, his pelvis. You know what I mean? He had a mask on, book bag. What's the chances that the police ran down and like, freeze, don't move? ChatGPT will come back probably like, 10% chance. Like, you know what I mean, 5%. Oh, you said he had the Uptowns on? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I don't know why my other phone be getting so hot on Instagram. Like, it should be live, then it don't be live. Damn it. Y'all gonna have to switch over to YouTube. Anyway, ChatGPT would be like, nah. Or Perplex or Gemini. They'd be like, yeah, he got a 15% chance of getting off. They're gonna say you're gonna get caught. You know what I mean? Like, we gotta get to a point where you gotta ask ChatGPT if I go outside with the blicky, whether it's a ghost gun or not. My pants are sagging. I ain't run 2 miles in a long time. I wake up fresh with the bacon and eggs. You throw a little avocado on it because you're trying to be healthy now. But you still getting the bacon, egg, and cheese. I'm being funny, but I'm not. A lot of people are not in shape. That's a whole nother side note. But if you breaking the law, and you know what's coming next, you hate the law, nigga, break it. I don't care, but when you get caught, remember that. I don't care, and it's sad because like what happened today, 2 life lost, unfortunately. And then the folly of coming outside on some other shit, and now you go in prison, you go in jail for, who knows, but that's crazy. Speaking of some crazy shit, the system, prison, etc., life lost, because you could have the best day of all. You could come out of your house singing, what is it, Lenny Wilkins, or what's Lenny, whatever his name, Lovely Day. Your whole day could be blessed, and today just might be your day. You might be Ice Cube singing Today Was a Good Day. Like today was a good day. You ain't get pulled over. Mom's made motherfucking turkey, bacon, no swine. You got some buns. You want some chicken dinners. Everything was good. Boss didn't get on your nerves. But you're not the only one in the world. You're not the only one moving, out and about. Some people had a fucked up day. Their moms died. Their baby got killed in the car accident. They found out their fucking husband is gay. They found out their wife is cleared their bank account out, etc. Some people get the call at the hospital like, yo, we did everything we could do. Your son is dead now. So that's, And you moving in a lovely day form, but they moving in the, this is the worst day of my life form. So we just got to be mindful of that. But with that being said, I say that to say, out in the Bronx, 18-year-old girl, Sanaa Cheatham, right? Was arrested, disorderly conduct, maybe throwing the blows, assault, or she got assaulted. Woo. Details are sketchy, and I don't really think that matters as much. But you get arrested for breaking the law, allegedly, right? Or sometimes they just say you being disorderly, and they lock you up. We know that they could, push the envelope and do what they want in most cases, right? And these are the people that break their authority. Not all police break their authority, but it is the blue wall of silence for a reason. When I have people that, or had people in my family who worked on the force, and I have people in the military, right? Veterans Day and National Guards, and we celebrate the men and women, 4th of July, etc. Somebody got to be on the wall. Most likely it's not me. It's probably not you watching this video, so we need the people that do it, whether, they agree with everything the government says, but they got to follow it because you under orders, you under contract, and you signed on the dotted line, like I'm America first. Anything else after that, oh well, like we'll deal with it in the courts, or we'll deal with it behind closed doors. But they said I got to bomb first, so we plan, strategize, and we bomb it first. Some Tupac shit, right? Now that we got that, cool. Out in the Bronx, Long Avenue or whatever over there in the Bronx and shit. If you know, I'm from New York City. I know I'll be out in all of the boroughs on my bike, on the train or the bus, or even driving or getting drove, or however, the train. I'm outside in that regard, so I know the area. And unfortunately, Sanaa Cheatham was arrested, got locked up, went to the precinct, never made it out. They're saying maybe kind of sort of, this is what the autopsy is saying, so maybe I shouldn't say maybe kind of sort of. I'll be trying to protect myself from the channel from saying shit. They be like, you saying this, so allegedly maybe kind of sort of, that's why I say it like that. For those people that's, just tuning in and you ain't familiar with my content, I always say that. Anyway, committed, you know what I mean? And had the sweater even though it's hot. But when you say, well, I know plenty of people, summertime, young boys, YNs, whatever, even young girls, right? It's bacon outside. Kevin Bacon, as I like to say, and I get joked on about it a lot, like, yo, what is Kevin Bacon? Kevin Bacon is hot. They got maybe not sweaters, but they got the shiesty on, they got the mask on, you know what I mean? They got a sweatsuit on, come outside, as soon as you walk out, see the young niggas in the sweatsuit, you're like, yo, it's blazing hot out here. I gotta wear a uniform to work. I don't want to wear it. I'm hot as a fuck. As soon as when I walk out the door, I know you burning up flaming fire. Ooh, got flames, and you out here with a mask on. and the pool shiesty. You up to some shit, or you scared for your life, and your life's on the line on some 50 Cent shit. Dun, dun, like your life's on the line, so you out here moving funny style because you don't know if you might get ran down on by the ops. And I get it. It's a fucked up way to live, by the way. You know what I mean? Especially in summertime. Summertime. Who the fuck want to come outside with a whole mad sweater garment on? So back to, you know, Sanaya. And even when I heard the name, I thought of Cal's daughter. You know, some years ago, obviously, in Buffalo, 40 Cal, talking about his daughter named Sanaya. And it was, we still don't know what happened, missing. They saying she, you know, jumped off at the Niagara Falls in Buffalo, whatever. So when I'm hearing the name, I'm like, damn, you know, watching the story on the news. And I think this happened on the 5th. And pretty much it's the 14th now. Shout out to my cousin, this is his birthday. And my cousin's birthday was yesterday. That's his mom's coincidence. Today, yesterday was her birthday, now today was her son. Shout outs to them. Love y'all, right? Had a good time Saturday. We was in barbecue and shit. I'm talking about that later, but you know, they had a name and just was bringing up some things like, damn, it was sad. But anyway, she was arrested, went to the precinct 10 years ago. We will remember Sandra Bland, I believe out there in Texas or Dallas area. And I look with the side out with both of them, obviously, people being in custody of our finest, whether you in New York finest, you in Houston's finest, you Chicago, you know, PD, no matter where you at, you are employed, you are to serve, protect, have respect, courtesy, move with a certain manner. However, the proof is in the pudding. We see multiple videos online, you know, unless you've been sleeping under a rock. And I don't care if you pro-police to the death. I don't even care if you are police, right? We got to be mindful, you know, when we're talking politics or when we're talking police, etc., you know, for what I do. And obviously all of them are not bad. We need the police, let's be clear. But it is some scumbags. It is some scum of the earth. It is some people that be overzealous and do the most. And there's plenty of footage and video of it online. So you don't need me to convince you to tell you that. All you got to do is go pull up shit. So I'm not shocked and amazed if they did some foul play, right? The only difference where I try to use critical thinking and I just don't put the lens on like, yeah, they did it, she died, they did it, you know, because I believe in the Most High. And when it's your time to go, I don't give a fuck who you are, you know, who's your political ties, what's your political background, your race, your color, your religion. The Most High says, get over here, pull the shit out of you. Like he was Scorpion in Mortal Kombat. And I don't give a fuck if you taking the shit, if you fucking, if you masturbating, if you overdosing, or you drugging it up, you skydiving, you in the hospital on your job, you on stage performing. Oh, that heart attack comes. Fat Man Scoop or whoever. Like we see people on stage, you get your hands up and get your hands up, and then all of a sudden you passed out. T-Rex. And he all right now. You know what I mean? What was that, 2-3 weeks ago? T-Rex on the stage battling, and then, you know what I mean? And I'm not making fun, I'm just pointing out. Any circle, you could be the healthiest person alive, and then your heart stops. You say, oh shit, even though that's not the case. They're saying it's a right? And that she had the sweater, that's why we brought up the hot weather, little kids wearing shit. So I'm like, did she get injured in the fight, in the assault? Was she on something, possibly, maybe, we don't know about, and that shit caused her to death? The only thing, again, another reason outside of that is the pause for cause. It's in the Bronx. You know, it's mad Latinos that's racist like a motherfucker. Argue with your moms. I don't give a fuck. I know that to be a fact. Not all of them. Not all of them. Same thing like you could say all police is not bad, but we all can raise our hand because we either seen it, know somebody in our family or close friend that know that some police that did some fuck shit, broke the law to try to convict, put evidence, rape, do shit, kill, shoot, do all type of foul, humanistic, low-level shit. We all seen it. But we know all police are not bad. Same thing with every black person out there. So the point that I'm making is that all Latinos ain't racist. We know that. They live right in our buildings. They live in our hoods. They some of our mans more than niggas that's black, right? For some, depending on where you live, in your area, in your area code. Houston with Sandra Bland or Dallas or whatever it was, and I've been out there. I've been to Houston and I've been to Dallas. One time, both for the All-Star weekends at different times. I think Houston was 17, and I think Dallas was 09. And if you're familiar with the channel, and Popovich TV, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Then you know when I said the story about both places, even though I had a ball, like both times we shook out, we had a good time. But I'm like, you can feel or see or sense a little more tense out here when it comes to the race. And they got the George Bush fucking highway, and with the police, how they was, even though it was no real interaction, but you could say, like, just like some people, I've never been to Alabama or down there, but you'll hear some people be like, yeah, I don't know why black folks continue to live down there. They know them niggas, they know, when they say niggas, they mean them crackers. They know they don't fuck with us. They know they'll hang you by a tree or do you and try to get away with shit, and they act like nothing ever happened, like they don't got a strong disdain for black folks. Then you say, no, further up north is why a lot of slaves in certain times and periods of slavery, like, nah, go further north, go here. They ain't like that, like they down here. So I just said all that to say, would I be surprised and amazed when you put the beat on some Bismarck shit, make the music with your mouth biz, if they killed her, the young sister? No, I wouldn't be. But do I give some benefit of doubt? Like, all right, they Latinos over there, I'm sure it's white, people that work in that precinct, but they're also black. So you mean to tell me a young kid that came in there for assault, or even whipping some ass, you know what I mean? Whether you got your ass whipped or she whipped some ass, right? And she looked like a little small little thing, right? They gonna just body her, kill her, choke out. No black person gonna say nothing. No Latino, like the whole precinct is foul. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I've been locked up a few times, so you got to go through the precinct first. And you sitting there, the police is not always just right there. They may be in another room. They may be coming out or bringing people out, fingerprinting them, taking pictures, depending on how big the precinct is, depending on how busy the precinct is, who sergeant is on. Like, it's a lot of things that go in there. You don't just go in there 1, 2, 3, get fingerprinted, get your pictures taken, and then go down to the book, because you could be in there overnight for all night. They got a certain amount of time that they got to work on, but it doesn't always work that way. You know what I mean? So there's that. So I'm like, damn, somebody just choked her out, killed her out. Was she trying to fight the police? They just killed her, killed her? That could very well be possible. I don't put it past them. Even though I would love to put it past them, like, nah, that's definitely extreme. They're not doing that. But we've seen too many evidence and footages of situations like, nah, can't trust these niggas no further than you can throw them. But with Sandra Bland, right, they were saying it was a suicide, etc. I could see that shit happening out there, because it's in the atmosphere that they don't fuck with you. You get caught out there, at least, again, we was out there for All-Star. There was a lot of black folks out there from all over parts of the country coming to enjoy in the festivities. And most of the nights, we was in the club somewhere or one of the venues. So really the only time that we got to see it is when you coming out. Police is, printed up, got the horse there, got the dogs, they making sure people disperse, etc. Look more like, instead of like New York police, most of they police look more like state troopers. You know what I mean? To try to paint the analogy if you've never been or you don't know. So they don't just look like regular cops that's patrolling in the cities, but more like highway cops. That's how they all was looking to me. You know what I mean? But you could just kind of feel like he catch you in the wrong place, or you get caught out of pocket. Like, they're gonna let you know you a nigga. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I got it. And the Bronx can't really get that. You know what I mean? So the point that I'm saying is they ruling it what they ruling it. Is that the case? I don't know. She did get locked up for assault or fighting with a friend, etc. Looked like she might be part of the community. I don't know if that makes a difference, but I know they bring up shit like he had a record or this when they trying to discredit you. The last thing I'll say before we get to the next topic, pretty much basically, I won't put it past them. I don't know if they did that, but just put the footage out. That's what the press conferences is for. Ben Crump, Tamika Mallory there in the Bronx. She's like, I know you're doing a whole bunch, but I'm so honored, that you showed up to the Bronx. And I'm thinking like, all right, well, Ben Crump, you are the face of, injustice for black folks that's at the hands of police. Your civil rights out of that vein, you know what I mean? And your legacy carries on, but it's nobody else. There's no women that's under you. There's no other brothers that's prominent like you. It just got to be you, because we know that you so swamped with chasing these kind of cases. She was like, I'm surprised you in the Bronx, so I'm happy you in the Bronx. And it's like, nah. Shit is politics as usual. Politics as usual. And they go where the money go. Don't be surprised, Tamika, that he in your town. It's a case, it's about to be a national case possibly. And maybe it's foul play. I don't know. Only Allah knows. Only the Most High knows because he was there. He sent the angel of death to take the life. I don't take it. You don't take it. You can't stop it. You can't even stop your own death. You don't even know how you're going to die. Me neither. But the Most High say, come over here. I don't care if you just thought you was going to prison for overnight for fighting. I don't care if you boning and you about to nut off. You're going to die before you nut off. Kevin Samuels or whoever. You just go into the store, but you're going to fall down these steps and break your neck in 5 different places. And that's how you die. It's just what it is, people. But the point is, we don't know what took place. Only the Most High do. But transparency, which we talk about on this channel a lot. Maybe that's why we ain't get super up here yet. Too transparent about shit. You know what I'm saying? Niggas be saying you want the truth. But what Jack Nicholson said in A Few Good Men. You can't handle the truth and you need people like me. When he told them what the real was, like, no. We have these red calls and we do hazing and we do shit here. But you need niggas like me on that wall to pop off while you sleeping in your little bench, rolling over, farting, grabbing your wife and jacking off when you think nobody looking. Like, we on that wall. And when it's time to go pop off, we going to pop off, even though we don't believe it. So we need people like that. But when you say you want the truth, and I gotta hit him with the, you know what I mean, hit him with the, you know what I mean, or some scar lip shit, you hit him with the, you don't really want to hear the truth. You don't. Be transparent to the police officers, to the police department. And this is the last thing I'll say before we get to the next one. This is why Donald Trump won. And we don't talk really politics over here. I'm not a fucking politician. I look at them all as the same, especially the government, the Republicans, the Democrats, and for the job that I do, I probably shouldn't even be saying that, right? Because it's all about relationships and who you know, and you need things to get done. You need resources. So the politicians, the councilmen, the borough presidents, etc., you need them. Hey, how you doing? You know what I mean? For your organization or, you know, the shit you got going on in the community because you're trying to push, you know, positivity forward, etc. So you can't get on your platform, you know, or get caught on the hot mic when you're just talking with your family or whoever about somebody that's giving you money for your program or donating to you or your cause or, you know, that type of vibe. So it's like, you're not being controlled, but it's like, you know, you don't got the money on your own. And this is another side now. I didn't even really want to talk about this. We still talking about, you know, the Sanaya cheathead being killed, the police not being transparent, and we ending it with this is why Trump won, in my opinion, and this is also why Zoro Mendati probably will win. Whether you like them or not. Whether you like them or not. What the people like, or what's resonating is they're not talking to you like a politician. They're not walking up to you, giving you the shimmy shook and the drive and, you know, kiss the baby. And, you know, we know that they got the money. We know that to fund your program, your nonprofit. You want to clean the streets up in Chicago. You want Houston to be a perfect model. You need the politicians and the people in power to give you money because you don't got the money. And we hear Diddy talking about like, yo, nothing gets done without the money. Nothing gets done. You could be whoever you want. You don't got the financial backing. Nothing's moving. Nothing's going to pop off because people don't work for free. It doesn't work that way. You can't just get them to come out. You got people that volunteer for certain shit. They may be passionate about it. They may give their little couple of hours and, you know, then they back to their life. But you need money because money makes the world go around. People makes the world go around, but money definitely helps. So Zoro Mendati and Trump, what they did, or how they operate and how they move, is they not talking like Barack Obama, even though he was a great speaker to me. Whoever was helping him with the speeches and shit like that, he was an educated man. They talking regular like me and you. Like if Cuomo about to come, right, real quick. He lost, now he coming back independent. It's a lot of political jockeying for position, etc. But they all come with the same rhetoric. All of them. whether they Republican, Democrat, Independent, etc., they come looking like a politician. For instance, the police come to you, you ain't no rat, you ain't no tattletale, you ain't no right, so you ain't even going to talk to the police. But especially if they come and looking like the police, you're going to be looking at them like they dressed up on undercover, a woman that look good. Now you want to date. You might, if you loose with your lips, you might start running off at the mouth, try to get clout or say you know such and such or you know about such and such moving in, you was there, right? But it's under the pretenses that this is just a chick you dealing with. You don't know they the police. You don't know they undercover. They're not being transparent. Because if they was and they came with the suit on, you wouldn't fuck with them. But that's what the politicians do. They come with the rhetoric, with the same words, on some ray and go shit. You hear you say one word, they hear they come, they want to flip it and bounce it. You know what I mean? And get it and try to shine before you even get a chance to shine on your own shit. And that's why they won, or Trump won. That's why Downey probably will win. So moving forward, to the police that got the tapes, to politicians, or if you running for office or you running for something, be your authentic self. Be transparent. People will rock with you more as opposed to you coming trying to play a certain role when real recognize real, so real recognize fake. That's a given. If real recognize real, then it's only obvious that real can recognize fake. That means also that fake can recognize real. That's why you could be whoever the fuck you want to be in any jail that you want to be. You could be whoever you want to be out here in the streets until somebody come that know you. Now you can't front no more. It's like, nah, nigga, I know you. I know you. I know you so much I used to eat in your house, my nigga. I used to come knock on your door. We went to the same school together. I know your moms. I know your pops guy. I mean, I know. Just like you know me. So don't, what you telling them? You who now? You what? But that's not who you are. You front because they don't know you. I know you. Okay, I'm gonna keep it quiet. Don't front for me though. That's where that comes from. Like I'm gonna pull your card like I had a phone number. Don't front for me. You can front for them other niggas, but I know who you are. I know what it is. That's always gonna shine through. And so people can see it from a mile away and people get tired of it. It's like, nah, I don't want the regular, even though I know you're gonna lie to me. You know what I mean? At least talk regular. Instead of coming with the fluff of the political spectrum, just talk real, like we talking. And you're going to come out in your own way. Let's talk about this shit though, right? I've only been on here a little 32 minutes. Like, I got another 32 minutes and we out of here. We're not going to be on here long for Monday night. I do got to go to work tomorrow. And today I work even though I wasn't, I'm on call, but normally it's my day off. Let's talk about this Jim Jones shit, right? In the sense of, obviously he always spinning the clip. He's been spinning for a while. Every time he spun, we spoke about it a little bit. Whether it was against Styles P, whether it was telling Cam and them, the niggas is on my dick. You know what I mean? To 50 Cent them niggas, I did a lot for them niggas. Whether it was the young boy talking about Jim Jones is more relevant than Nas, and he did more for the culture. He had y'all niggas wearing BB Simons and Ed Hardy, shit that I don't wear. I never really, was into that type of vibe. I did my own thing. Even though my nigga Greg tried to put me on couple of joints. What was them Robin pants and maybe certain little shit. But other than that, like, ain't no rapper really influence, right? And there ain't nothing wrong if they influence you somewhat. We all copy our style, get our swag, move how we move from ourselves and other people. You can run from it, you can dread it, but destiny arrives all the same. And you can lie to yourself, but I'm not gonna let you lie to me. Whether it was your moms, your pops, your cousin, the cool kid in your building, your uncle, the rapper, somebody you seen on TV, Bruce Leroy, and you got the glow. Like no matter who it was, you took a little of that, a little of that, a little of that, you incorporated it, you became your own person, you matched it and fitted it and tailored it for your own style, and you came out in your own way. But everybody emulated, or like nothing is original, there's no ideas under the sun. It's never what you do, but how it's done. It's a Nas reference. And he said, no idea is original. It's nothing new under the sun. It's never what you do, but how it's done. What you base your happiness on, material women and mad paper. That mean you inferior, you're non-major. If you basing your happiness on women and mad people. Nas been the GOAT, right? But it comes from somebody. So Jim Jones with the little kid, like, yo, he and the Ed Hardy, the B.B. Simons, wearing the, you know, the certain, you know, not I was about to say Scully's, but the scarves a certain way, and, you know, Bird Gang and Skull Gang and all that, Joel Santana, cool. Can't wrong with the pink. Harlem stand up, because I'm from Harlem, right? Dipset. But he like, yo, the Pusha T, 29, top 50. If they was to do a versus, a lot of little innuendo shit going on. So we know last year sometimes that Pusha T and them they had released the song and it looked like they was leading up to releasing their album, which I didn't listen to yet. I ain't gonna lie. So I can't say I heard the album. I heard the reviews for the album from some people who I hold their opinions, you know, in great regards, in the sense of I don't just look at it like, oh no, they definitely don't know what they're talking about. They've been around a little bit, you know. They from my era, but I use my era as the standard. You know what I mean? We the golden era. You come up off certain people from then to now. I think you have a better ear, a better feel. You got the history than somebody new. It's not even it's not like basketball or football where whether you was yesteryear or you today. If you nice, you nice. Like, it's gonna be seen because it's on tape, and the game is the game. The numbers is gonna be the numbers. You're gonna be able to score points, score touchdowns. You know, the interceptions, like tackles. It's gonna be steals. It's gonna be shown. Whereas rap is like, if you just judging off, you know, A Boogie with the hoodie and Kodak Black, but you don't know about Big Daddy Kane, Coogee Rap, you know, KRS-One, you know, like certain people, and it's like, I can listen to your opinion a little bit, but it's like, you don't know about Daz Effects, you don't know about certain styles. How are you really going to judge? How are you really going to give a concrete answer to what hip-hop is, or who's the nicest? Bars, lyrics, storytelling, flows, metaphors, similes, double entendres, triple entendres. How are you gonna engage me in a rap, you know, in a rap conversation, even though it's still all just opinion based? If you're only 20, and I got you about 27 years, so I've been listening to hip hop for 27 years longer than you. If you're 22, 25, if you're 23, like I got 20 years. Even if you put 15 years, that's a lot of hip hop. Especially from my era, in the sense of nowadays, people don't go digging in the crates. They don't. Whereas we sought out new music. We were so much hip hop fiends and searching for the new thing, and we wanted to compare and, you know, listen to an album 8 times in a row, 10 times in a row. Like, everybody listening to it, studying and examining and listening to all the beats. We looking at the credits. We looking at the skits to see the whole experience of the album. Now we don't even listen to music like that. You pull up Tidal, you pull up Apple, you Shazam a song, you hear something flying by, you listen to it for a minute. You might watch a video, and that's it. Song popping, you in the club, you hear it a lot, you in your car, wherever city you may be, Atlanta, Houston, Detroit, New Orleans, your local radio stations playing the artist, and you may rock with it, but it's not the same. So I said all that to say, talking about Jim Jones, his whirlwind of being viral, the little back and forth spats with Pusha T, and now they just did their little Tiny Desk. We seen the Locks do their shit, fire. We seen a couple of other people, you know, do it. The Locks was Scarface, his was fire. I want to think the Roots did they shit, and maybe a couple other people I can't really think of right now. But the performance was fire. If you're a Clips fan, and I like the Clips, right? They're not my favorite hip hop group. Definitely not the favorite group of all time. Even as groups, they're probably out of the top 5. Probably like 6, maybe 7, depending on, you know, who you putting up as a group, how long they stood together, did they break up? Because you can say Busta was in the group. He was in Leaders of the New School, but it was a long time ago, so most people just refer to him as a solo artist now. But anyway, the Desk performance was fire. The album I'm hearing is fire from credible people, and I will take a listen. But the song, one of the songs, just I will play it right here, even though I'm not monetized, so they ain't gonna take my channel down. Man. I'm not gonna get paid for it either way. So this his verse, this Pusha verse, talking about Jim Jones. You know, after he was like top 50. You know, saying his verses, telling Charlamagne like, yo, say some of his verses right now, like quote some of his verses, and they was kind of stuck on stupid because again, even though I fuck with the clips, it's only like certain songs that I know I like, so I could go to their verses. As far as their whole catalog, I'd be hard pressed to be like, oh nah, let me just quote some rhymes. I would be, even though Pusha T, in my opinion, is a dope lyricist, and so is his brother Malice. But anyway,
run from the spirit of repossession. Too much enamel covers your necklace. I buy bitches, you buy them sections. You buy watches, I buy collections. Misery's fueling your aggression. Jealousy's turned into obsession. Reality TV is mud wrestling. Some sign checks I know better than. Beware of my name that there's delicate. You know I know where you're delicate. Crush you to pieces, I hum a breath of it. I will close your heaven for the hell of it. Run from the spirit of repossession.
So that's old bars. So first of all, as far as the rap battle, and I know I rambled on a little bit, but if you don't stay for the whole segment, I got Jim Jones 1 Zip, and here's why. A lot of reasons, but I just wanted to get that out there. I got Jones 1 Zip. That's his verse, and this is the song Jim Jones.
Spirit of repossession.
Shit was trash, we gon' let them get a do-over. They got you gas, you must think that you the new Hover. You a 4.0, nigga, I jumped in a new Rover. Your brother still jumping the bed, and you tell him move over. These two roach niggas don't know what to do in no rain. Kanye gave you whips, but that's what they do to the slaves. I'm trying to act bad, but we ain't doing charades. I really have bombs on the block, it's like I threw a grenade. What you mean? Don't got no time to be concerned with no watch you got. You never been uptown, by now work up by the poppy spot. Trying to get illusions when you run up in the Aki spot. My 5,000 bottles, you turn around and get a choppy chop. I spent 500,000 down the Mazda spot. I got a $500,000 car with the bras on top. And fuck their flowers, we got roses with the stars on top. I make a toast with my jewels like the Mazel top. My name is my name, but they ain't screaming yet. They talking about the rapper came, but we ain't seen it yet. We got the switches on that bitches, your whole team get wet. I'ma chill, cause I don't wanna get my team upset. The only beef you know, nigga, is Arby's or the Big Mac. We don't drive through, we drive by in the car with a Big Mac. The last shit you dropped, that shit was garbage, take that shit back. Plus you got your brother rapping, but you try to bring the country back. Talk shit was trash, we gon' let them get it.
So now that y'all heard both verses, first even though I think it's 1 Zip Jones, I'll tell you why in a minute. As far as artist wise, lyrical ability, flow, songwriting, etc., caliber of MCing, I would give Pusha T slight edge. But now when you say like, alright, if they was to do a versus, because that's like the standard now. We always think of, battle, even though as far as cypher flow and new rhymes and we battling each other, yeah, still probably give it to Pusha. But lately Jimmy been making niggas scratch their head a little bit. So I think it's 1 Zip because one, he mentioned their names, he talking directly to them, and Pusha verse, we know who he talking about. Like we know who he talking about. Never mention no names. He may say, oh, well, you ain't gotta say it. Hov done got at a lot of niggas a few times without saying their names. Obviously, a lot of people he had little spats with, he up here. So if I mention your name, then I'm brainless. If you mention my name when you kill me, then you famous. What's a nigga to do when the streets is watching? Like cops keep. So it's like, yeah, I'm gonna throw a little jab at you, but I'm not gonna mention your name. These guys is kind of like same levelish to me. And mentioned his brother twice, looking like he a crackhead. You ain't, you know what I mean? Kanye. So you knew who he was talking about. Pusha T versus is fire. You close your heaven for the hell of it. You know what I mean? You buy watches, I buy collections. It's fly, big boy talk, like I'm a son you type of talk. You see him laughing and smiling. But this shit ain't no smiling in games. Like y'all really have to get it on as far as rhymes, not fighting. We need you to be a little more aggressive and come, because Jimmy coming at you like, nah, nigga, we don't believe the drug dealer stories, and I don't either. Maybe not all of them, but this is why I say, side note, it's my show, we don't be having no set format. We do what we want over here. I'm a street guy, you a street guy, he's a street guy. What Eazy-E say, I'm a nigga, she's a nigga, he's a nigga, wouldn't you like to be a nigga too? I'm not bragging when I say that. But I do know that it's certain, whether people following them or not, I do know it's invisible codes, rules, ethics, and how people do things. And people of a certain status that was getting a certain amount of money, dealing with a certain amount of flow in areas, they don't do certain things even when they get into the industry. Because you're not looking for validation. You had a couple dollars before, so you don't got to show out to show other people. Even if the other people are showing out, you had a certain level of rocking out, being the man, so to speak. You're the man. You're the man. Like you was the man, or you was that bitch already. So when you come around other people that's also them people, you ain't gotta stun hard. You don't gotta wear the dresses. To be clear, Jimmy mentioned that like you had, even though his verse got cut, but the longer couple more bars version, you had a dress on. You always been a pretty bitch or a bad bitch or something like that. You out there in Vegas with the same color socks on, same socks on as what's the dude name? Fucking Lil Nas X. Y'all sitting in the front row, matching socks, looking real crazy, shit crazy. I can't let that ride. I'm not gonna lie. Can't let that ride. You still a good MC. You still dope. You fire. You gonna rock with your music. You come out with the watch. We gonna jack the swag. But while we're listening and rocking out, it may seep in the back of the mind, or we may bring to the forefront, like, I'll rock with you and I hear you, but still can't let you get it past that she was front row with the fashion. And you can say it was fashion, it was coincidence. Nah, nigga. Nah. Not letting that ride. And you can say, oh, well, you toxic masculinity, or you not secure with yourself. Because I would say, if it was me and I pulled up, say that was coincidence. You know how niggas come out, great minds think alike, right? You got the same outfit on, same sneakers. You live in the hood. Everybody rocking the same. You're not in Paris with the elite. It's only a few people here. You in the hood every day with people that's broke and fake like they got it. And you one of them. You know what I mean? A lot of niggas is styles and theirs. Walk around town fronting like they got mills. For what it's worth, I'm one myself, but my strength in the hood outruns my wealth. It's a Jadakiss reference. Niggas is broke. Niggas ain't really got it. They hustling to get Jordans. So they all got the same Jordans. They all got the same Adidas track pants. They all got the same Pooh Shiesty mask. I'm being funny, but I'm not. You in Paris. You got money. You was the kingpin of all the kingpins. How the fuck you end up sitting next to Lil Nas X? Y'all got the same socks on and you got the dress on. No, nigga. We're not going to let that ride. So even in your bars of being a dope man, hey man, can I get a hit? Dope man, hey man, fuck that shit. Dope man, hey man, let me get a shit. I mean, like some Ice Cube shit, we can't really believe you. Can't. Because you went and moved like that. And I can't say I know what every nigga from the hood would do. Because I obviously don't know all the niggas from the hood. I know a lot of people, but I don't know all the niggas. But the few that I know, that I dealt with, that I've seen, that I just know, that was getting a couple dollars a certain way, more or less being motherfucking Boston, Georgia, moving all the blow in the Bronx, so, you know, whatever. They ain't gonna do certain things once they get to the industry. They're gonna see Kanye's funny style, we making good music. You see him came out now, right? I'm dragging it a little bit long, but it's all pertinent, it's all relevant to the topic. You hear him like, yeah, he never was a leader. He never was woo-woo-woo. He was making the dope beats. I helped write some fire shit for him. That's what it sounded like. We helped collaborate. We made great music together. And most of his hits is with Kanye on the production, on the song. With his brother, it's not really a lot of hits by itself. So in the verses, it's like, where's your hits at? That's number one as an artist, whether you nice or not. It's another side note, but it's still pertinent. Papoose. A lot of people be like, Jim Jones won't have a standing chance against Papoose because he a lyrical animal, he a lyrical monster. But where's your hits at? After Butt Naked, where's the hits? And the music business is about the hits. And what you putting on is niggas getting out their seats and we like it, we like it. Some bad boy like hits. Where's the hits at? You don't got no hits. Got no hits. Can't even go against anybody because you don't even got no hits. You got one fucking good song. You a good artist. You a good writer. You a lyrical machine. But when we play your catalog, it's like this. It's crickets. Just nigga nice. You heard them bars, and shit was fire, but we ain't rocking with it like that. Niggas is like, nah, put that on. They not. And so Pusha T, where's the hits? And then it's that on your stage. You can say Jones got caught on the phone, he ain't go to jail, whatever. Woo, woo, woo. You can look at his character as well. But when you playing the drug dealer role, and you was the boss and the kingpin, and you had so much bricks, certain things you can't do when you can't move like you never was the boss. Because how they say smart person can play the role of a fool, but a fool can't play the role of a smart person because you never was smart. So you was a kingpin, but now you coming in and you getting put under the wing by Kanye. You getting duped with your contracts. You know what I mean? You going to the certain parties and they got you wearing a dress under what's the shit that the Irish people be wearing? Somebody gonna say it's not a dress. You ignorant. The shits they be wearing with the Irish blowing on them little horns and all that. What the fuck is them shits called, right? Whatever it's called. You under those disguises, like, nah, it's just that. That's their culture, but it's not yours, my nigga, because you from Virginia, you was hustling, and while you out here sitting front row, what you doing, my nigga? Like, what's up? I mean, like, that's just for me. But back to the lyrical ability, Jim Jones answered it also right away. So you got to give pride. You know how people be under the post like, yo, you got 48 hours or you got 3 days to answer or you lose the battle. After they came out with that song where he spit that verse and for your heaven I will close it for the hell of it, Jim Jones answered right back. That's why when you look at the post, he's like, yo, we addressed this already. I don't even got to put out no new rhymes because I already addressed that. When you came out with that shit, I came right back like that shit was trash. You need a do-over. Woo woo, who you think you the new Hova? And woo woo woo, nigga, what's up? You want to battle? Because I'm ready. And you never came back with that energy. Now that your album coming out, now it's a little more talking, it's a little more buzz. And obviously you got to sell your album, so go ahead and sell it. But it's just like, you got to be more direct. Hip-hop is a full contact sport. Let's get to this last topic when we out here. I know it's Monday. It's a lot of shit spinning in the clip. I probably went two more real quick things. First, the lady in Queens that got beat up. We spoke about this on Friday, right? Since then, I told y'all she came out and we showed y'all the video on Friday. Where she like, yeah, in hindsight, you know what I mean? Wait a minute, stop, think about it. In hindsight, I should have just kept it moving. And we started the show off because it's Monday motivation with Monday. I am your motivational speaker, whether you like it or not. And the motivation was, let's move smarter. Let's have critical thinking. Let's have emotional thinking because although she was right, if you listen to her side, and today we got the trans side, the moms and them, they speaking out. That's why we're going to talk about it real brief because I forgot. But in the video on Friday, she like, in hindsight, although I was right in my mind I was right and I had all the power with me, hindsight, I should have just kept it moving because I'm going against two men and the moms. I'm outnumbered. That's number one. Don't got no pepper spray. Don't got no blicky. Don't got no switchblade. Don't got no brass knuckles. It's just me, and I know who I'm arguing with because I'm from the neighborhood. Maybe this is not the time to be going after them. Even though they got me in my feelings, they try to fucking play me. That's what they did. If you're not familiar, she was about to park. They put the garbage can right there so she couldn't park. So they jacking her for a parking space. We hear that they do it all the time. You from the neighborhood, you know they do it all the time. So you know it's going to be a confrontation. You engage, although you was right, so you thought in your mind, they whipped your ass real bad. You could have gotten killed. Who knows? Hit your head on the concrete, or like Slick Rick said, punched her in the belly and stepped on the feet, slammed the child on the heart. They could have slammed you on the concrete, finished you, made you brain dead all over a New York City parking, and you could have kept it moving. Now, while we're speaking about thinking smarter, being more aware, is because they speaking out now. They like, no, it wasn't just because it was the parking. She was disrespecting us for a half an hour. So on the 45-minute mark, we whipped her ass. She called my mom's out of her name. She used racial slurs because the sister is black. They are Spanish. So it's the principle. That's what we want to talk about real quick because this wasn't really a topic, but I do see it here. We got to get back in the days, right? and I'm using back in the days because I'm older now. So when you know better, you do better. Hopefully you can teach somebody else that's younger than you to do better, so they don't got to make the same mistakes that you did. That's why Hov sold crack. So hopefully you wouldn't have to go through that, right? So you don't got to go through that. I did it already. Fights used to break out all the time, whether, you know, on the hood, maybe coming out the club or the bar. Obviously alcohol, drugs is involved. But niggas stepped on my sneakers coming out of the game, right? And one of the famous parts in Do the Right Thing, love, hate. I forget the character name, but the one that wanted to boycott Sal's, right? They were standing outside, and the white dude came by, stepped on his Jordans, fucked his Jordans up real bad. And he like, yo, where you from? He like, from Boston, you know, he lived in Brooklyn. That happens all the time. People step on your shoes, you know, they bump you or road rage or whatever, and you'll end up whipping somebody's ass, getting your ass whipped, or even, you know, we about to get out of here. We ain't used this yet, but this is prop gun for a lot of people that be like, yo, you non-violence, I am. This is a prop gun from the Deadpool movie, and we like to have fun on the show. You pew somebody because they stepped on your shoes while you locked up, because I've been locked up a few times. I'm not bragging about that. But I've been in the bullpen. This is why we're saying all of this, so we can bring it home. Been in the bullpen, even been up north while we already sentenced and doing our time. Grown men that's supposed to learn from prior mishaps, filings, fucking up, fumbling, right? Some floopity shit. Regular conversation, like, yeah, I killed the nigga, or I beat him up real bad, or I stabbed him, caught the case. And you listening to the story is phenomenal. You know, niggas tell their glory stories and they yesteryears like Al Bundy, and you ran back 4 touchdowns, or you threw for 4 touchdowns, and you was the man in high school, and now you washed up. And you say, damn, you did all that, you stomped him out, you took his car, you took his bitch, and woo, what happened? And niggas like, yeah, but what did it start over? Like, yeah, nigga stepped on my sneakers. Nigga ain't say, excuse me. You know what I mean? Nigga ain't say sorry to my girl. Like, when you analyze the rationale and the thinking, you say, damn, these niggas is dumb. Like, you start thinking like, damn, you did all that, and you saying it's the principle. Yeah, it wasn't. He reached over my plate. You know, in jail, we so tough. We so hard. We so real. We the realest niggas in the fucking planet. And it's like, yeah, nigga asked for the salt, but he reached over my plate. It was chicken day, so I stabbed him. That's stories. Some of it may just be some bullshit that's made up, but it's like, damn, niggas, why he stabbed him? He stabbed him because he reached over his plate. He ain't say excuse me. Now that is a form of disrespect. It's bad manners, rather. So you don't reach over somebody's food. You know, you say excuse me. You wait. You know what I mean? You have manners. You have courtesy. That's why we often say on this channel, courtesy and respect goes a long way. It costs you nothing, but not having it cost you your whole life. It fuck your whole face up. Have you looking scarred up because they cut you and stabbed your face up because you wasn't respectful. But stepping on my shoes, not saying excuse me, looking at me too long, that's emotional density. Like, you dunce. You a dunce. You a jackass. You know what I'm saying? If you can't have self-restraint, you can't, you know what I mean, think past go to say, damn, nigga stepped on my sneakers. He ain't say sorry. I'm in the Bronx or wherever. We from the Bronx, New York. Shit happens. That's what we gonna talk about last. You know what I mean? Shit happens. Got a scar on your face. All because a nigga stepped on your sneakers. Now you locked, or you doing 25, or you was gonna come home, but you ain't like how a nigga, you know, skipped you on the line, or he didn't give you your clothes right, so you caught another case while you was in prison, but your mom's is old, your baby mom's about to leave you because she tired of coming up on the visit and what have you. You can't think. You let your pride get the best of you. You let your emotions supersede your intelligence, and you crashed out. And you became a residence of being did it in, done. That's Queens. So we need to just be more mindful of that, because these people, I won't even play the person because she's sitting there, you know, trying to look like a woman, even though it's a man, and I know Trump is in office, so we can say he, shit, blow tissues. We could call you a he or she now, and it's not politically incorrect, because I hate all those pronouns. I'm gonna call you, I'm gonna respect you, and you're gonna respect me, but we're not gonna do the songs and the dance because you felt like you was one way when you came out your house. Now I'm gonna address you how you are, but So we won't play the video, but the mother's condoning it. He's sitting there like, you know, because she was disrespecting my moms and, you know, 30 minutes in. And again, even if she did all that, you're still a whole man who might be taking hormones. So you want to be a woman, you want to be her, right? And you want to be down with the kid, or you want to be down with the biological, but you're never going to be. Because that's not how the Most High made you. You're always going to have nuts hanging, whether you snip them or not. That's the fact. So you could argue with yourself. They're like, yeah, that's why we really did it. It wasn't the parking. It was the disrespect. It was the racial slurs. It was the talking to my moms like that. And I'm like, yeah, y'all really jumped on it, jumped a whole black woman or a woman in general. You really a man. Your other person is really a man. And your mom, like 3 of y'all jumped on it for a parking. And now they was charged, etc. But that's not the real reason. They trying to push it like that to get sympathy, to get you to say, oh yeah, because she did disrespect the mom. So they should have put hands and feet on her. Nah, just can't go around putting hands and feet on people, because people come back and they do other things. And you gotta, and it's a never ending cycle. That's why they say violence is a disease, because it just keeps spinning the block. I hurt you, you hurt me, I kill you, you kill me, my family kill your family kill my family. Other people get hurt, innocent bystanders, so now they family want to get involved. It just keeps going and going and going and going. But real lastly, over the weekend, right? Remy Ma, Fat Joe, they was out and about in Brooklyn, if I'm not mistaken, for the Elga Berlanga fight, and also Stevenson Shakur won his fight, etc. I was working Saturday night, so I didn't see the fights. But over the weekend, I did see the clip spinning of Fat Joe, Remy Ma, you know what I mean, out on some lean back. That's why we was saying that in the middle. I mean, you from the Bronx, New York, where shit happens. You know what I mean? And obviously, classic song, dope song. Remy Ma did her shit. They walked him out, you know what I mean, out there in the Barclay, and he got his ass whipped, right? And, you know, you got knocked the fuck out. I'm not sure what round. No, he got knocked out. And the thing was, Papoose and Carissa Shields was there, right? I know Papoose is in the split or separation and works of being divorced, maybe allegedly, kind of, sort of, because it's taking too fucking long. I know when I got divorced, we didn't have what they had, you know what I mean? We wasn't fighting it. I filed, you know what I mean? Go to the lawyer, how much it's going to cost, pull money out of my pocket, filed. It was, sent the papers to my ex, and signed. 1, 2, 3. Probably took about like 6 weeks. Shit was over. This one taking a little longer. I think he filed in, I want to say late April or maybe even early May. Who knows, right? But first time that they was in the same area, circumference, like, you know what I mean? Like, I could get at you now. And it was noted that Papoose was sitting on one end and Carissa was sitting somewhere else, even though after the fight, you see them ringside, they take pictures together, he was hugging her, so they booed up LMA, you know, they look nice together. I think they're a good couple, right? I'm happy for them, they happy. So it looks like whether he cheated first, then she cheated, whatever whose side you believe, that's you. I don't get too caught up into the celebrity's personal life. I got a channel, I'm a content creator. If it's trending and spinning in the clip, then we will talk about it and put our spin on it. Maybe some positive or a lesson we can learn out of, or we may just clown and troll, because that's what we do, right? Sometimes. But I'm not diving in and really care who gets the best, who gets hurt, who ends up with the best end of the stick, or I told you so. I don't care in that regard. If we're going to talk about it, I'm going to try to study and get the information right so we could talk about it. After that, I'm going to go to sleep, or I'm waiting like, damn, so I wonder if she really hurt, or I don't give a fuck. That's their personal business. But with that being said, a lot of people was like, Remy was right, Pat was right, he stayed quiet, this and that. Carissa Shamana business, you know, those, he just using her, she is stepping. However you view that, this is the first time that they was in the same spot together. So literally, a fight wanted to break out, and that's like the most low-hanging fruit that could happen. They there to get the bag. I doubt that would have happened in a million years. One is there to perform. Obviously, Carissa Shield was a boxer, so she's supporting boxing. It's good for her to be out and about. They making their rounds. They supporting. They want, more eyes and bringing more eyes to her sports and her fights. And she is one of the, the best, right? The GOAT, far as 3 different titles and 3 different weight classes. I don't even think nobody did that but her. So, salute to her and give her flowers because she is that deal. Whether you like her or not, think she ugly, no matter what you think about her. Far as in the ring and putting on, she a beast. Quick side note before we continue, I think they had Layla Ali. I thought I saved that clip. But, Layla Ali, the daughter of the great Muhammad Ali, and it's the greatest of all times, right? Some believe the greatest heavyweight of all time. Some got Oscar Robertson being the best fighter of all time, pound for pound. But most got Muhammad Ali the best heavyweight. Anyway, that's his daughter. She was a champion. She's one of the founders. She's one of the leaders of the new school to push the culture forward. So somebody like Carissa Shields could come in the game, make her millions, make her mark, and wear a big fucking chain that say GWOT on it, right? She like, yeah, if they was talking about giving me $20 million, I'll come back, to fight Carissa, etc. And then she was like, do I still look like I could fight? So I guess the reporter or whoever was like, yeah, you look like you still got it or whatever, because she's still fine as ever, right? And then Carissa posted up like, I've been waiting, you should have never came back on some, on some motherfucking Rocky should have missed the T, and you should have never came back. Like, I'm the champ. And she like, I'm the champ now, I'll put you on your back. Woo, woo, woo. Some people was like, you want to show grace. She's the reason that you're able to do what you do. Be a little more humble. She's the founding sister, mothers, if you will. Show some respect. She just was saying, people asking her about it. So she like, for $20 million, yeah, I'll come back and put the gloves on. Is you shitting me or is you kidding me? Coming back to fight. And I get it as a boxer, a competitor. You want to stand your ground, but put her on the back, and a lot of people was like that. So she promotes her fight. She promotes her brand. She always gonna go hard for herself. So she like, yo, I don't think nobody should walk out to lean back no more because homie got his ass whipped and he got put out. So throw a little jabs, back and forth. You gonna be petty, I'm gonna be even pettier. You go high, we go to hell. On some Shannon Sharp, even though what Michelle Obama said, when they go low, we go high, or whatever. But then she ended up showing she could go low too, because no human being is, beneath or above stooping down to the low level. That's why it's ladies, gentlemen, and low life. A lot of us could get a little low life. A lot of us could get down in the dirt, and some of us live in the fucking dirt, and we don't even want to come up. We want to stay down in the dirt. But we out of here on that. I don't think it's going too far. She already said, yo, I'll fight you. Talking about Remy Ma now and Carissa. So for her to be like, yo, I don't think nobody walking out to lean back no more, taking a little shots and, sticking it to the man while he down. Maybe it's going to stay like this for a little while. Maybe they'll get over it and they'll be at future barbecues, like I think I seen suggested, with their daughter. She's still invited to the barbecue, as long as she keep it cordial. Hopefully they can get to that level and we'll see less of their business in the street, because nobody wins when the family feuds. And you got a daughter, you got kids. When they young, obviously they're oblivious because they mind and they conscious. And even if they see it online, we've seen Kim Kardashian, right, when it was the sex tape in a roadblock or whatever on one of their episodes. And they came to her, she started crying, somebody hacked it or whatever. The kids is kids. They're like, Mommy, I see you, but they don't know. They can't comprehend. But one day they will. And they'll see that you're a fans-only worker. They'll see that you was bigging up and supporting and being a strong supporter of a sex worker. Getting your taxes and writing that shit off for selling your body. Your son gonna see that one day. Your daughter gonna see that one day. That's something that you can't put back in the toothpaste tube. You can't Tony, there was no other way, and reverse it and time bend and flip this shit and nobody knows and make a spell. Nobody is gonna see it. It's very possible that he'll see it or your kids will see it, their friends will see it, and now that's something they got to live with online for the rest of their life. So we got to be careful when we touch these spaces. But, you know, lastly, before we close out, that's how we started. Move better, think smarter, even if that means leaving the drugs alone. Because if your best day of thinking is at a 2, that means you're doing something extremely, extremely, extremely wrong. Be mindful, be courteous, be respectful to your fellow person. You know what I'm saying? And live life to the fullest, because you never know when you're going to be out of here. 2 deaths today I seen. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately. You know what I mean? 2 deaths seen and 1 fumble move. And now you get taken off the board like that. You ain't even put up a fight. And next week you'll be sitting there saying, it was all good just a week ago. Funny what? 7 J's for change. Stand up, nigga. Now you sit down and aim. Used to have a firm. Now you dropping names. It was all good just a week ago. But you know who it is. It's your guy, Popovich. Y'all was just tuned in. Popovich TV. We live. We rolling. We unscripted. We authentic. That feeling. Back up in here. One more again. Yeah, kid. Be safe out there, guys.